Hey goalies, this is Mike. Well, we got a nice treat yesterday as our Reebok rep came by, dropped off a set of the new Reebok Premier 4 leg pads. So while we had them, we thought we'd make a video for you as there's been pictures and other things on the internet, but perhaps you haven't seen a closer look. So let's take a good look at these pads. We'll show you all its new features. The stock version of the P4 comes with a flat face front and a solid outer roll. However, the internals of the pad feature breaks here both below and above the knee, which gives the pad some pretty good flex actually as you compressed it a little more flex than you'd think with a solid roll pad. In the past, the boot area of the Reebok pads has been pretty stiff, but what Reebok has done this year is they've added their new Flex Core, which is just another name for a much softer boot option. So if I take the pad and compress it a little bit, you'll see the pad has a lot more flex than the old P3s had. One of the newer design features of the P4 is what Reebok is calling their quick release knee lock. And essentially what that is a quick release is a much smaller flap here on the outside of your knee as compared to obviously the landing gear here on the inside. What this does is, this allows your knee to actually slide a little bit more from the dead center of the knee lock over to the outside. So by allowing the pad to slide, typically your knee is right here in the center, but with nothing to stop it from moving, the pad slides more towards the 5-hole, increasing your 5-hole coverage. Another neat feature here is Reebok has included a double knee lock strap, something people have been asking for a long time. And a unique feature is you can move the double strap across the knee, or if you don't like to wear it at all, there's actually a Velcro tab here on the calf lock. You can move that Velcro strap down there, which really opens up the knee lock. Again, one of the more new design features is Reebok has taken the leather straps that have typically run over the top of the landing gear, and they've actually run it through the HD foam that make up your knee riser here. So by moving the straps through the block, they don't pull from the bottom of the pad, they actually pull from a position that's more higher up on that knee block. And that keeps the top of the leg or the top of the thigh rise from pulling up off the ice when going into the butterfly position. So now when you're down on the ice in your butterfly, because of the way the straps are situated, you'll get a nice, what Reebok calls their solid seal all the way along the bottom of the pad. Going back to the inside riser, you'll also notice that it's much wider than the previous P3 model, and it features this extra bump here on the outside that actually closes the gap between the end of the outermost landing pad and the end of the knee riser. And when you're going down into your jiggy fly here, what this does is it gives you a little more blocking surface. The other pad should come, it should meet right up against this other knee riser, help close the 5-hole a little bit more. In keeping with the theme of providing a much more balanced, stable landing area and a platform when going into your butterfly, Reebok has added this solid seal to their calf wrap. This is a 1/2-inch thick landing pad made of HD foam on the inside edge, and when coupled with the knee riser technology here, you get a super wide landing surface which gives you some nice stability and blocking area. The interior of the calf wrap here is also somewhat segmented, and if you take a look at all three pieces, you've got this outer detached piece which is velcroed onto a segmented piece, which comes into a softer inner piece. You get some really good leg coverage on the back of your calf. It almost fully wraps around your calf. The stock leg and boot channels here are built to what Reebok would consider their deep option. So you can see it's got a little more depth to the leg and some to the boot here. Of course, this is a completely custom pad. You can custom order a much more shallow option too, which essentially makes this whole area more flat. Finally, in closing, I just want to take some time to talk about something that's been talked about quite a bit with these new P4 pads. As you may know, the production of most of the Reebok line has been moved overseas for the 2012 model year. And I know people are hesitant sometimes to buy pads that are made overseas, but what I want to tell you is the quality on these is outstanding. Reebok has done a great job not only in the construction, but in the whole process. They're actually using domestically made foams, GenPro, etc. They're shipping that over to China, and then the LaFave family members from Reebok Quality Control are over there to make sure the quality is up to traditional Reebok standards. When they pulled these pads out of the bag, you can't tell that it's a Chinese-made product. You'd think it's made here in North America. The quality is that good. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy these pads one bit. I know some pros are even wearing overseas-made gear. The quality is that good. They launch in April. We'll have them on Total Hockey very close to that. We'll probably have some more product reviews and pictures as we get a little closer. So check us out at TotalHockey.com, and thanks for watching this video.